The following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
Coming up on this week's Ravens Report, relive the Ravens' win over the Falcons that clinched a spot into the postseason. We sit down with Gus Edwards to break down the Ravens' rushing attack, plus a preview of Sunday's primetime game against the Steelers with John Harbaugh. All that and more on this week's Ravens Report.
He's to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Ravens! They are dancing in the aisles. Oh, what a scene we have at M&T.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. Well, what a way to walk away from the holiday weekend. A win over the Falcons and a playoff berth clinch for the Ravens. And this sets up a primetime matchup with the Steelers on Sunday Night Football in Week 17. And the Ravens head into that matchup on a roll, winning 3 of their last 4, despite the absence of Lamar Jackson. And the formula has been crystal clear: a great defense and a strong running game. Sounds familiar here in Baltimore. So before we look ahead, let's relive the coldest game in M&T Bank Stadium history with Ravens Wired and John Harbaugh mic'd up.
While Santa packs his sleigh for a busy night ahead, the Ravens hope to pack up their 10th win of the season this afternoon and possibly even clinch a playoff spot today. It's the Ravens and the Falcons on Christmas Eve in Baltimore.
Appreciate y'all coming, man. Woo! All right.
The playoff scenario for the Ravens today: a win today and a New England loss to Cincinnati would put the Ravens in the playoffs.
Ain't much to say. We win and we in the playoffs. That's what we've been working for all year. Ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? Missing games, hurting, adversity. Today, we clinch a spot in the playoffs. Let's go do it.
Tone setters and playmakers. It's on us to do it. I believe it all the time, bro. We the ones that set the tone on this team, bro. This circle right here. Somebody want to go make a play? Go do that. Hey, DB's on 2. 1, 2. DB's.
All right, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Let's go, baby. Let's do it.
Ravens come into this frigid confines with the chance to control their own destiny. They can still win the division, and it all starts with a win today.
Just play fundamental football and do what you do well. This is a run-first offense. Run the football against them and make them stop you.
Go, baby. One simple play, baby. One simple play at a time.
The Ravens defense has done its job. This has made this Atlanta Falcons offense one-dimensional. They want to run the football. They're good at it, but it's going to be a tough task today against this Ravens defense.
Today.
Ritter under center, 4th down and 2. Fires down the middle. He's got Drake London at the 25-yard line. Fumbles the ball. Ball. Patrick Queen with a recovery, and he'll return it to the Ravens' 30-yard line.
Yes! Yeah! Great punch out! Great punch out! Great punch out! Great punch out! Yeah! Nice job! Great job! Yes, sir!
So just when it looked like Atlanta had its biggest play of the day, the Ravens turn it around and make it a turnover.
That's where you get that ball! That's where you get that ball! Yes, sir! Who punched it out? Marlowe got it? Yeah. Great job.
That's what you do.
What are you thinking, Greg? I'm thinking about pounding him a little bit. Mixing maybe a blue or something.
You make them stop this run.
Hit! Nice job, JK!
They have rushed for just shy of 90 yards here in the opening half. Huntley takes the snap. Quarterback sweep to the right. He's to the 10, stretches forward to the 8-yard line, and that is good for a Ravens first down.
Greg, if we score here, I have a 2-point play ready.
Huntley out of the shotgun in the empty backfield. Lobs in the back of the end zone. Looking for Demarcus Robinson. He makes the catch. Touchdown Ravens. And the red zone drought is over. They are reviewing the touchdown as they do every scoring play.
Touchdown. I think it's a touchdown. Bam, 1, 2. That ball didn't move. That ball didn't move. He had it against his body. That's a touchdown. Come on, boy.
We're going to go for 2 if it's a touchdown, so get them ready. Get them ready, guys. You go for 2 if it's a touchdown, and if it's a field goal, it's a field goal.
Hey, we may go for 2 right here, so be ready.
Touchdown? Touchdown. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown. We're going for 2. 2.
Upon further review, the touchdown stands, and the Ravens will go for a 2-point conversion to try to make it a 14-0 lead.
It's a tough extra point. That's why we're doing it. Into the win there.
Marcus Robinson is wide to the left. Huntley will take the snap. He'll run it off the left side. He is in for the conversion. And the Ravens extend their lead to 2 touchdowns, 14-0 in front of Atlanta.
Great call, Coach.
Great job, Greg. Great job, Daniel. Well done. Well done, guys. Great job, O. Way to block. Great job, O-line. Great job. Great job, Snoop. Beautiful. Way to work.
Hey, I knew that walking right there, too. I knew that walking.
Yeah, smart, man. That's good. Look, I know I don't want you to get hit. Be smart, get out. Take the hit off, but damn, that changes things now.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Yeah. Step 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Listen.
Take him back. Take him back. Come on, man. Take him back.
So the Ravens defense, throughout most of the first half, limited Atlanta to no more than 6 play drives. And here on the first drive of the third quarter, Atlanta is up on the 13th play of the drive. So the Falcons looking at a 3rd down and 8. Ball is at the Ravens 16.
Come on, show up. Someone show up.
Ritter throws quickly, complete, hit at the line of scrimmage. Steps out of a tackle at the 20, and he's taken down at the 16-yard line.
Trying to show up. I'm trying to show up.
And the Ravens aggressive on defense, force the kicking team on for Atlanta.
All right, good stop, Dave. Good stop. We're running the ball. We're running the ball.
Good job. That way to rise up. Hey, great job on the end. Great job.
Wait to show up every time. Do not relax. Do not relax.
That was a huge stop. Let's keep stringing together. We're all right. We're all right. All right, let's be locked in. Let's be talking to one another. And we'll be just fine.
And Atlanta makes it a 1-score, 8-point Raven lead. Now it's up to the Ravens offense to try to extend that lead and regain control of this game.
All right, boys, let's go. Let's go. You guys doing great. Doing great. Keep it rolling. Let's keep pounding these guys. Let's finish this thing up. Let's go.
Both the teams are starting to show the Christmas spirit.
Oh, they really are. I mean, they've been getting after it since the first half, but it is really heated up. Give it to Dobbins right up the middle, across the 34.
Help him! Push him!
35, 40. Still pushing the pile, and he gets all the way to the 41-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
They'll give it to Gus Edwards off the right side. He's got a hold 40, 35, 30, drags a man 25, still on his feet 20, stiff arms a man and all the way down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah! Hey, man, they're not built like us. They're not built like us.
Field goal! Field goal! Field goal!
Tucker from 21 yards. The kick is up. It is good. The Ravens extend their lead 17-6 in front of Atlanta.
They're not going to get out of their offense. That's what you know what I'm saying? They're going to keep running, keep moving, keep flashing.
Now it's up to the defense to somehow start putting the brakes on this Atlanta offense.
That's all it's going to be. Let's go. That's all it's going to be, boys. Let's go.
So the Falcons have found a way to start putting together long drives.
Let's go. Right now. Right now. Let's go. Take him back. Take his ass back. This guy stays alive, man. You got to all get there and get his leg.
The 11th play of the drive. Ritter from the shotgun. Now he tucks the ball. He'll run. He's hit at the 1, and he is just shy of the goal line. 4th and goal for Atlanta. Ball is at the Ravens 1. Tyler Algier, the lone back. He'll get the carry left side. Hit in the backfield.
Take him down.
Stop! The Falcons are denied. An enormous stop for the Ravens defense, who denied the Falcons any points as Atlanta hands it over on down to the end of a 12-play drive.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Hey, we're not done yet. Let's go. We're not done yet. Let's go. Marlon. 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 Well, let him know we're not done yet. Great stop.
More stops, baby. Two more stops. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's finish it. We're going to punch our ticket to the dance.
Ravens, who are starting to close in on a playoff berth.
Let's go. Let's go.
And this is what the Raven defense is saying. Listen, we've been good all day. Let's finish this thing out.
Let's go. Get ready to play run D.
It's going to be 3rd down and inches for Atlanta. Ritter takes the snap, tosses it to Patterson.
Get out there, guys. The hell out there.
Sweeping to the left, can't get around the edge. He's stuffed for a loss back to the 18-yard line. Roquan Smith.
Nice. All right, back down. Back down.
And that forces the kicking team on for Atlanta. 37-yard attempt. Kick is up, and it is good.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Man, this is what we're built for right here. We're built for this. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Falcons can stop the clock twice. After that, a Ravens first down ends the game. Double tight end set to the left. Now Ricard goes in motion to the right. Gives to Gus Edwards, dive up the middle. 35, spins forward to the 39-yard line. First down, Ravens. The hay's in the barn, and it's a Merry Christmas in Baltimore.
We got to go out there and get super big home.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's your guy. You out here the whole game?
Hell yeah.
Are you cold?
Yeah.
It's good for your knee. It's like icing.
No, it's not.
It's like
No, it's
icing.
not.
It's like icing your knee.
All right, sit down.
Give me a hug, man. I love you, man. I love you. I love you, man. Go out there and give super hug.
Congratulations on the playoffs. Congratulations on the playoffs.
Great job. Great job, D. Great job, D. Hey, how'd you play?
Great.
I think you played great.
Yeah, I played
think
well.
you played great.
I played better, though.
I'm proud of you, man. Hey, congrats. Hey,
Yes, sir.
welcome back.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
back,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Great job, D. Great job, D. Great job, D. Great job, man. You guys came up big. Got some huge stops, 4th down stops. We got dogs. We got dogs. We got some dogs on this team. It ain't pretty, but it's about to get pretty. It's about to get pretty.
And this Ravens defense is locked in. They've allowed just 3 touchdowns in 4 December games. And now as the calendar turns to 2023, they'll have to keep it rolling against 2 tough AFC North opponents in the Steelers and Bengals. And for this week's full episode of Ravens Wired, you can head to the Baltimore Ravens YouTube channel. Coming up next on Ravens Report, Ryan Billick breaks down both the Ravens' rushing offense and rushing defense in that win last week over the Falcons.
Brian Billick's Breakdown is powered by Microsoft, the official tablet of the Baltimore Ravens.
Welcome back to Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. Since the return of J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards from injury, the Ravens' run game has seen marked improvement. And on the other side of the ball, the Ravens' rushing defense is now top 3 in the league. And to break down both units, here's Brian Billick with this week's Billick's Breakdown.
Well, it's December, so that means the dash for the cash as we make our way towards the playoffs. And obviously, huge game coming up against the Steelers. Good solid win by the Ravens to secure, obviously, a playoff spot. And it was a complete team game, running game, defense. Really, really solid. I want to start with the running game. Both Dobbins and Edwards. The first play I want to show you, I love the simplicity of this. This is a simple stretch zone play against an 8-man front. Okay, so you're running uphill. And what I love here is this, look at the offensive line. It's a hat on a hat. Everybody's engaged. I want you to really look at Linderbaum and how quickly he moves up to the second level. Dobbins does a classic stretch, outside hip of the tackle, one cut, but then when he gets into the hole, he does a nice little jump cut to get the extra yardage. So a well-executed play, great run by Dobbins. And then Gus Edwards had 2 really, really huge runs that I really like to see. They were basically the same play with subtle variation that we see from the Ravens all the time. The first play, again, these are against an 8-man front. Play side, Ronnie Stanley and Patrick Ricard block down and seal the edge. Obviously huge, important when you're going to run a power play or a counter. Oliver works up to the second level at the linebacker. Zeitler is pulling from the backside on the power play and blocks the unblocked end. Look at the alley that's created for Edwards. It's huge. He gets 11 yards on this. You could have driven a Mack truck through this. Great execution. And you saw this all day in terms of their ability to open these alleys. This next play is virtually the exact same play. There's just a subtle change in who's doing what. This time, Oliver is the one. He blocks out while Moses and Zeitler seal the edge. Ricard is now the one to work up to the second level on the linebacker, and it's Powers who's pulling as the puller from the backside. Again, look at the lane that we're talking about here that Edward has to go through, and it's a 37-yard game. Now, in the passing game, Andrews had a solid game, 3 catches for 45 yards. They need to get him more involved, obviously. This was an excellent play. Again, when you're running the ball that well, it sets up the play action. On this play, you can see Oliver motions into a power set. He's in combination with Patrick Ricard. Total sellout by Huntley. This is a total offensive line, tight ends down. It's just a 2-man route. I want you to watch the effect it has on the 2 inside linebackers as they step up. That opens up the second level for Watkins and Andrews. Now, Andrews runs what we could call a cop route for corner stop. You can see what he does. He starts like he's going to the corner. That widens the DB. And then he pulls up into that voided area that he's created by widening the corner. And it's a good, solid 12-yard gain. Now, on the defensive side, again, Roquan Smith. Since the Ravens have picked him up every week, we see he just gets more and more integrated into the defense. This is a great total defensive play here. Smith subtly reacts to the pulling guard. A lot of times you'll see linebackers overreact to that in the back cut back, but he does a nice job of not over chasing it. And he can do that because Bowser on the left side, he sets the edge, forces the play back inside. Smith shows patience, kind of like a running back setting up a running play, waiting for that running back to declare. When he does, he quickly reacts and fills the hole. Great job by the defense, by Bowser, and by Smith. And we've got to look at these 2 big plays by the defense in the fourth quarter near the end of the game. On the goal line, it's very binary. You're either going to stop the run or you're going to play for play action. And here the defense totally sells out to stop the run. Urban, 97, and Stone set the edge. You hear me keep using that term, setting the edge. You have to be able to set the edge on the defense so the running back can't get outside. Smith and Queen work in tandem, waiting for the play to come back to them. Queen sees the running back declare and quickly pulls the trigger to make the play for a 1-yard loss. Great team pursuit by the defense as well because he forces it back into the heart of the defense. And then finally, huge play on a 3rd and 1. Great stop by the Ravens defense. Once again, it's about setting the edge defensively. In this case, Bowser again, and now Hamilton set this edge, forcing everything back to the inside. Urban now on the inside, he's gobbling up the 2 inside blocks. This allows Smith and now Clark to shoot free through the gaps for a 3-yard loss. Great team defense at a critical time in the game. Well, here we go again with the big game against the Steelers. The Ravens defense held the Steelers to just 65 yards rushing the last time, while piling up 215 yards on 42 carries in the 16-14 win a couple weeks ago. They're going to need the same kind of effort and similar kind of plan against a desperate Steelers team trying to stay in the playoffs.
And Sunday night, both units will look for an encore performance of their Week 14 game against the Steelers, where they rushed for over 200 yards and held Pittsburgh to just 65 yards on the ground. Coming up next on Ravens Report, linebacker Roquan Smith spread some holiday cheer with the students of the Safe Alternative Foundation. This Sunday at the bank, it's a New Year's Day party. Be sure to get to your seats early for lights out pregame intros and stay in your seats at halftime for a special performance by Breland. Welcome back to Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. Since joining the Ravens in early November, Roquan Smith hasn't just made an impact on the field, but also in the Baltimore community. He's participated in several community events, and right before the holiday, he hosted his own event where he was able to bring gifts to the Safe Alternative Foundation Christmas party.
There you go. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Came out to Safe Foundation. They welcomed me in with kids from all over Baltimore, and they had their Secret Santa, and then I was fortunate enough to be able to give those guys some gifts as well. Very excited about that, and they was very excited as well. I got you.
Merry Christmas. Louis, happy holidays. Kayla, birthday girl?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I decided to start a foundation, and then a couple of years in, I opened the Safe Center, which is a youth center, and our whole thing is to help kids understand the importance of having an education and having a backup plan for life. And so when we got word that he was coming here, I was super excited. So to meet him in person, but then also to have him, support my kids the way that he did and make their Christmas, a great Christmas.
So we'll go with R in that. Caden. So I got you this and then a bike.
Hey, I'm probably just gonna be like traveling. I don't gotta catch the bus anymore.
Yeah, for school. Yeah. It was amazing being able to hang out with them today, handing out the gifts and just seeing how much it brightened their days and the smiles that it put on their faces from kids like getting bikes, that always wanted a bike. So little things like that, guys enjoying headphones and stuff like that. So it's just an amazing experience, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
I have one last surprise for you guys. I'll see you guys this Saturday at the Ravens game. How about that? What, I supposed to do the same thing you do? I hope this puts you guys in the holiday spirit, and I hope you guys enjoy your gifts. And thank you guys for having me again. And I'm sure I'll see you guys again, and I can't wait to see you guys Saturday.
And the Safe Alternative Foundation for Education was founded by Van Brooks, the Ravens' 2022 Changemaker Award recipient, as part of the NFL's Inspire Change initiative. At SAFE, Van helps inform students about the importance of obtaining an education as well as having an alternate career plan. Congrats to Van Brooks and the Safe Alternative Foundation. Coming up next on Ravens Report, learn more about Mark Andrews and his journey as a professional football player with type 1 diabetes.
Sights. Sounds. Superlatives.
I did it backwards.
And football.
I never really left.
Sugar and quit.
Subscribe to the Ravens channel on YouTube to catch every episode of Ravens Wired, Pregame Live, Studio 44, the Lounge Video Podcast, and more. Visit youtube.com/Baltimore Ravens.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. All-Pro tight end Mark Andrews doesn't just face challenges as a professional athlete, but also as a type 1 diabetic. And for many kids who are also type 1, They look up to Mark for navigating his everyday life with diabetes. And in this episode of Wawa's Gratitude Series, Mark talks about what that means to him.
Being type 1, you know, it's a lifestyle, it's every day, and so it's huge for me just to be able to make an impact on anybody's life. I just want them to know that I'm there for them, you know, I'm with them, and I understand. You know, just being a type 1 diabetic, I've been in their shoes. I've been young and wanting to look up to somebody that has type 1 diabetes, and I understand what the struggle is like to go through that. So for me, able to use my platform of playing in the NFL and being able to give back to these kids and these families that are dealing with type 1 diabetes, it means the world for me.
Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Will. Will, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
You're type 1?
Yeah.
Just like me. Where are you diagnosed?
Like about a year and a half ago.
Your world changes completely once you're a type 1 diabetic. Your friend groups, you know, what people are thinking of you, you know, at that age, young people don't really know what's going on, so maybe the friends treat them a little bit differently, but just the 24/7 maintenance of your body, you know, your blood sugar going low, how that feels, your blood sugar going high, you know, how that feels and how that affects you. It's nonstop, and all those things affect your way of thinking, the way that you are, and so just being able to understand that and kind of grasp that and get a hold of that so you can manage that and have a healthy lifestyle. Those are all things that are kind of, you know, taking shape at that time. You know, there's going to be a lot of people that doubt you or you know, you knock you because you're a type 1 diabetic, but just keep on going, follow your dreams. Don't let it stop you, and have good people around you, and you're going to go places. I'm so grateful to be in this position to help kids because I've been young, I've been, you know, an athlete that's wanted to look up to somebody, so for me to be able to use my platform and make a difference, it means the world.
Coming up next on Ravens Report, we sit down with Gus Edwards to talk about his return to the backfield and how the Ravens are preparing for another primetime game.
We know Baltimore will be ringing in the new year on Saturday night. But the biggest party in town is Sunday night at M&T. The holiday season is full of tradition, and there's no greater tradition than Ravens versus Steelers. This is the week everybody's been waiting for. So enjoy your fancy Saturday night festivities, because there's no black tie required at the bank on Sunday. We'll have our house ready, plenty of cold beverages, great music, the lights, hors d'oeuvres. We'll be wearing our formal attire, but we all know this is a blue-collar affair. We've invited the enemy to the party, with everything on the line, with a New Year's resolution to send them home defeated. This year, the real fireworks pop on the 1st.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. After spending the 2021 season on IR with a knee injury, running back Gus Edwards has made a huge impact on the Ravens' run game in his return. In just 7 games, Gus the Bus has tallied over 400 yards rushing and is coming off his season-high 99 yards last week in the win over the Falcons. And for more on his return from injury and what we can expect to see from this Ravens offense down the stretch, Gus sat down with our Shelby Gurnath.
We'll give it to Gus Edwards off the right side. He's got a hold 40, 35, 30, still on his feet, 20. Stiff arms a man and all the way down to the 8-yard line. The bus is rolling, and so is the Ravens offense.
Gus, it was the coldest home game in Ravens history on Saturday. What was it like playing in those conditions?
It was pretty cold. But we had a lot of good resources on the sideline, and when you out there playing, you really don't think about it. It's when it's that sideline that be cold for real.
Well, the cold clearly didn't seem to rattle you. You had your best game yet, 11 rushes for 99 yards. What allowed you to have that kind of performance in those tough conditions?
Just our mindset. We went into the game with the game plan of that we had to run the ball to win. All week we worked on that, and we came to the game. And The O-line did a great job of just making their holes, and me and JK was kind of just like pushing over each other.
Well, it wasn't just the rushing attack that played well on Saturday. It was overall just a great team performance. How important was getting that victory over the Falcons?
Very important. I feel like this last stretch is very important for us. We want to go in there. We want to go into the playoffs with winning. We just keep getting better as a team, and it started last week.
You mentioned the playoffs. Tell me how it felt after the game knowing this team punched their ticket to the playoffs.
Great, great. This is something that is one of the main goals of the season, so when you're able to accomplish that, it gives you a lot of momentum.
Scoring in the red zone has been a point of emphasis the last month or so, and even though we saw Tyler Huntley connect with Demarcus Robinson in the end zone against the Falcons, there's still room for improvement. How's this offense addressing that?
We're seeing a lot of red zone situations in practice, putting a lot of emphasis on it, and we've got some room to build off of it, and I think we could do that.
How do you build on that momentum?
Just by going over it in practice. We have a lot of emphasis even this week. I know we have a lot of red zone periods. We've been putting in extra meeting time with the red zone, so now it's just about going out there and producing.
Well, spot in the playoffs has been clinched, but there's still a lot to play for. What's the mindset of this team heading into the final 2 regular season games?
I think it's winning each game. We got some big divisional rivalry games coming up, and both teams are going to come in here with the mindset to play us with their very best game because it's that important to us and to them. So we're taking it one game at a time and trying to win them all.
How do you prepare for those 2 matchups?
Well, speaking about the Steelers this week, we beat them earlier in the year, but it's tough to beat any team twice. We have them at home this week, prime time. I think that's going to work to our advantage, and we just got to go out there and beat them again.
Yeah, rivalry game under the lights on Sunday Night Football to kick off the new year. What kind of atmosphere does this team need from the Ravens flock on Sunday?
We need them to come there and show out. It should be way more purple. I don't want to see no yellow for real out there. The stage is set, primetime game, the whole country's going to be watching. Everybody's going to be there, and you just want to put on your best performance.
What's it like playing in that rivalry game?
It's great. You expect physical. I know that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to a couple of plays, and we just got to make more plays than them.
JK has said a few times this season that he's not fully back. What about you? How are you feeling out there?
I think I'm getting close. I don't feel like 100% of myself. I'm at a good spot right now. I have a lot to play for. I go into the game feeling great, and the more that I come out there, the more things just start feeling natural. And I think I'm doing good for my situation, and I just got to keep pushing.
How do you approach the game differently this season, knowing that it was taken away from you last year?
Just with the mentality that it could be going at any time, and I want to make it last, and I want to appreciate every moment that I have on the field by putting out my best.
What were your goals heading into this season?
To put some great stuff on film, to help my team win, to be myself.
Well, the run game just looks different this year when you and JK are both out there. How scary can this offense be on the ground when you and JK Dobbins are both 100%?
I feel like we're at our best when our run game is going. We just motivate each other, and our O-line has been great this year for us, and we have to have each other back when they're playing great. We have to play great too and match their play.
Okay, Gus, we're gonna end with some rapid fire this or that questions. Scary movie or comedy?
Comedy.
Pizza with stuffed crust or regular crust?
You want to do thin crust?
You can, okay,
thin
we'll do thin crust. Be bored or be busy?
Bored, I'm a napper. Yeah.
Be on a game show or on a survival show?
Survival show.
Appetizer or dessert?
Dessert.
Play in extreme heat or extreme cold?
Cold.
Okay, you said you're a napper, so stay up until midnight on New Year's Eve or go to bed early?
Oh, I'm staying up. I'm staying up.
Okay, Gus, well, thank you so much for your time and good luck on Sunday against the Steelers.
Thank you.
Gus and his running mate J.K. Dobbins will look to take this rushing attack to another level with back-to-back AFC North games to close out the regular season. Coming up next on Ravens Report, the Ravens honor Galen Chi as this week's hometown hero. Welcome back to Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. Every home game, the Ravens honor a hometown hero, and this week it's Galen Chi, founder of the WeGo Foundation. WeGo utilizes telepresence to improve the pediatric inpatient experience by using a robot to connect children in hospitals to experiences around Baltimore, like the aquarium and the Maryland Science Center. To see Galen's inspiration for creating WeGo, here's this week's hometown hero.
So the WeGo Foundation is something I started 4 years ago now. It's a way for us to allow pediatric inpatients who are hospitalized and stuck in their own rooms to escape their hospital rooms. So we use this telepresence robot, which really is a fancy way of saying an iPad on wheels. We put this at various attractions across the US. So for example, here in Baltimore, it's at the National Aquarium, it's at the Science Center. Kids are able to use any internet connected device, a laptop, an iPad. They're able to call in and they have complete autonomy over that robot. They're able to see, hear, move, and communicate through that robot as if they were actually there. So they're met on site by a tour guide and they go on a 30-minute personalized experience where they're able to go wherever they want and see whatever they want. And they're also able to communicate with other patrons at the sites, so they're able to be a child again. And for those 30 minutes, they're no longer the center of attention because they're the sick kid at the hospital. They're the center of attention at the aquarium because they're a robot. And it's a truly transformative experience for everyone. We're at 15 hospitals nationwide and 15 venues nationwide. We served over 5,000 kids across the US over the last 4 years. You know, having seen all of the kids and the smiles that we put on their faces and the changes that we can make in their families' lives, it truly drives us. We want to be able to allow these kids to be kids. These kids are going through most difficult times of their lives that we don't want anyone to go through, right? We don't want adults to go through these, let alone kids. And we really want to just make it as good of an experience as we can. My name is Dr. Galen Chi, and I'm the founder of the WeGo Foundation. I'm proud to be this week's hometown hero. Go Ravens!
Coming up next on Ravens Report, head coach John Harbaugh previews Sunday's rivalry game against the Steelers.
Ravens Report is brought to you by MedStar Health, the official medical team of the Baltimore Ravens, and you. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Welcome back to Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. After the win last week against the Falcons, the Ravens punched their ticket to the postseason. But there's still plenty to play for in the final 2 games of the regular season, including a shot at the division crown. And for more on what the Ravens plan to do down the stretch, starting Sunday night against the Steelers, here's the head coach with Garrett Downing.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for the time. You're sitting here at 10-5 right now. You beat the Falcons on Saturday on Christmas Eve and clinched a playoff spot. What do you make of where the team sits right now with 2 games left in the season? You already know the playoffs are on the horizon.
Well, you know, now we'll be in the January football, you know, so it's an opportunity for us to win the division. That's really what we make of it. We'll be pointing toward winning the division. So we got 2 division games, 1 at home, 1 on the road. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, 2 really good football teams. Obviously, we're chasing Cincinnati, but we control our own destiny. We are in control of our fate. So we've got to go out and play our best football, put it all out there, let it rip, and try to win 2 football games, starting with the most important one, obviously, Sunday night against Pittsburgh.
Your running game is rolling right now. It's 3 straight games where you're putting up 200-plus yards or right at 200 yards. What has allowed that run game to kind of get into a groove the last few weeks?
I mean, I just feel like guys are doing a good job of executing the offense, the run offense. They're blocking. Our quarterback's doing a nice job with their part of it. The running backs, wide receivers are blocking. Tight ends doing a great job. It's just really a team effort. I feel like Greg's done an amazing job of game planning it, coaches coaching it. So it's that, you know, you chase every part of your team: offense, defense, special teams, run game, pass defense, all of it. You try to get as good as you can at everything, and that part of it really has been clicking for us.
Obviously, a huge piece of that is J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, and they've just progressively, over the course of the year, obviously in and out of the lineup, and they just seem like they're kind of rounding into form at the right time, and it just seems like every week they look more and more like you expect them. It's like, okay, that's J.K. Dobbins, that's Gus Edwards.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. You know, and I know they're excited. They work so hard at it, and to see them have some success is very rewarding.
And then on the defensive side, a guy who's playing great right now is Roquan Smith. And when you made the trade, I think everybody kind of knew this guy was a really great player, but he's even exceeded my expectations. I think a lot of Ravens fans' expectations. How impressed have you been with what he's added?
Absolutely, and the thing, it's kind of, everybody knew he was a great player, but he's such a great fit for us, for our defense, for our scheme, for the players that he's playing with, for Patrick Queen, all the guys. To see him fit in so well, kind of seamlessly right from the beginning, and just keep building on it, that's what really feels great.
This week, you're home, primetime game. The game gets flexed to Sunday Night Football, and over the course of your time here, you guys have been really good on primetime games in Baltimore. It's a tough place to play. What is it that makes that such a difficult environment?
Well, I mean, it's a great environment. The crowd's into it. Our crowd likes night games, I think, and our players, we've had good teams. I mean, that's really the main thing, but I don't know. I'm just looking forward to this game against this team. So much respect for this team. It's such a tough game, year in and year out. Our guys are excited to play. We can't wait to get out there and play. Just try to put our best foot forward and play our best game of the year, really.
I know the hardest part is waiting. That's the only thing you don't like about night games, right? You got to wait all day and sit around and just kind of be excited about that moment.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? We'll be ready when the time comes.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait, Coach. Good luck, and thanks for the time.
Thanks, Garrett.
A late season Sunday Night Football flex means another electric primetime atmosphere at the bank for the Ravens. Here are a couple keys to getting a win from my perspective. Offensively, let's not overthink this. Keep running the rock. It was the key in that Week 14 win over these Steelers and has been a key all season long. Defensively, stopping the run, always a priority. But don't forget about two dynamic pass catchers for Pittsburgh, Deontay Johnson and George Pickens. That'll do it for this week's show. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in to Ravens Steelers Sunday night. And for those of you attending the game, make sure to get there early and into your seats early for the pregame entertainment. And if you're watching from home, you can catch Ravens Pregame Live, hosted by Shelby Granath and Torrey Smith on YouTube, Facebook, or BaltimoreRavens.com. Enjoy the game. Happy New Year. And we'll see you right back here next week for another edition of Ravens Report.